Hello everyone, welcome to our Timeless Sunset Tarot. Now, this is a general reading and it is open to all zodiac signs. It is also timeless, so anytime you find yourself watching this video, there might be a message here for you. Let us now try to see what is the main energy at the start of the day. Okay, something is causing you some heartaches. It can be related to a relationship, maybe a family relationship, maybe a romantic relationship, maybe a certain friendship. But right now, whatever it is causing you pain. And it's for some of you, it also brings you tears. Now, there is right now what I feel is a sense of hopelessness in the situation, uh, and also a sense of helplessness. Um, it's as if the feeling is that you are in the receiving end of the pain. That somehow there is that feeling of imbalance in the giving of love. Somehow you have that kind of feeling right now that it's only you who constantly invests on the relationship, and it seems that the other person is not giving equal share or equal contribution to the relationship. Um, for some of you, there is that feeling also of jealousy, feeling of insecurity, feeling of being deprived of love. Now let's try to see how this will. Now just try to see how this will resonate with you. Now let's see how this will develop further, or how this will continue to develop. Well, there will be more struggles. We have here the Five of Wands, and you see here people still not. When if we try to relate this to the relationship, both the parties involved in this painful relationship are very fiery, maybe a little bit impulsive. So try to see. It's either you or the other person or the other parties, or both. The factor that causes pain is the fieriness of each one, the impulsiveness of each one, the tendency of parties or one or both to say things before they realize that they have caused pain. So there's a certain sense of impulsiveness, a certain sense of um, spontaneity, something like that. You know how it is when you say things and then later on you regret them. When you easily get angry and then later on you want to apologize. Now the problem is they become water under the bridge. The damage has already been done. The pain has already been caused. So I feel that the card invites us to be more prudent, to think things first before we say them. Not to immediately blurt out our emotions, our opinions, our thoughts, but to think it over first. First discern whether it would be beneficial to the relationship, and whether you can express it in a less painful way. So prudence, uh, sometimes also learning to uh, keep things instead of saying it in order to avoid further conflict. Now when you try to see, these people are still learning. When you look at the Five of Wands, you see people who are still learning how to do the martial arts. Somehow the card also, for some of you, it might be that you are still learning to dance with each other, whether it be in friendship or romantic relationship. Uh, it seems that you have not yet mastered dealing with each other. You're still both clumsy, that you tend to step on each other when you dance in the dance of relationship. Uh, you are still clumsy, that every once in a while you hurt each other's feelings, not because you intend it, but most of the time it's because you still haven't really mastered, you are not yet mature with regards to your relationship with each other. So you're both still clumsy in the relationship, so the tendency to hurt each other is a little bit high. Now, some of you might be in a relationship that you might need to reconsider, because if it is a relationship wherein you are always constantly in that cycle of hurting each other, then maybe you need to reconsider. Maybe both of you need to move on to more mature relationships. It's either the two of you would strive to grow in the relationship, or if one or two of the parties just are not willing to grow, then maybe there is a need for you to reconsider that maybe you deserve a better relationship. You deserve a more mature kind of relationship, or more mature kind of interaction with others. So uh, try to see uh, whether this resonates with you at this present time. Now let's try to see what is the advice of the universe for us. We see here the card of the Hierophant. There's a need for you and the other person or other people to learn more about relationships, to learn more, to grow more spiritually, to undergo transformation. When we undergo transformation, we slowly mature, and that maturity also involves relationship. So for some of you, there's a need to learn more how it is to deal with other people in a more mature way. So both of you need to grow in the relationship, whether it be in friendship or romantic, or a romantic kind of relationship. So the Hierophant symbolizes the need to learn more, the need to grow more in the relationship, and the need for maturity and transformation. So this is what we can see in our Sunset Tarot. Let us now go to the second part, which is Insights at Twilight. For our Insights at Twilight, the message comes from Ella Baker. And the message is, give light and people will find the way. If we will try to relate it to our tarot card reading, if the person who is the more mature one, which is most likely you with regards to the relationship, and after that you've read this tarot card, you realize that there is something that needs to be improved in the relationship, then you need to be the trailblazer. You need to give light to those who still cannot understand how to make the relationship work better. So if you are the one who is realizing that there's something wrong with the relationship, don't hesitate to enlighten those who are somehow involved in this painful relationship. Don't hesitate to show them what needs to be worked on. Don't hesitate to tell them the need for growth and maturity with regards to dealing with each other. So if you feel that there is a certain imbalance in the relationship and you can see that, don't hesitate to inform your partner. Oftentimes the reason why something is not resolved is because when it's not resolved, or solution is not achieved because we are not honest enough to express what needs to be worked on. Oftentimes, not saying anything makes the problem continue to exist, prevents the problem from being solved. If you see that there's something that needs to be done in the relationship, don't hesitate to express it. Although there is also a need for us to discern how we can express it that we will not cause hurt to others' feelings, but at the same time also we will not worsen the relationship. So there is a need also for prudence on how we will express. When we give light, it means that when we say something to other people, we discern first how this thing is to be expressed. To give light means to give inspiration. So we need to discern how can we express the message in such a way that it will inspire instead of discourage. To give light also is to first reflect on the relationship and then to find how the relationship can be improved and to have that honesty and that compassion to express it for the betterment of everyone concerned. So, in this tarot reading, if you are in a relationship that is causing pain for both parties, if you are in a relationship that needs both parties to grow, both parties to learn to listen and to have that willingness to work on the relationship, sometimes honesty and also prudence is needed in order for us to be able to bring light to the relationship, in order for us to bring light to the situation. So somehow we are invited to bring light through compassion, bring light through prudence, bring light through proper choice of words, and also honesty and humility. There is a need for us to also be willing to listen, because we are not only the author of what is right and what is true. There are certain aspects in the relationship that we might also miss, that the other parties can also see. So we also have some blind spots in the relationship. So aside from expressing our side, there is a need for us also to listen. Well, that's it for now. I hope you were able to gain some insights and some answers to some questions that you might have in your present life situation. And may you be able to find the grace to find a resolution to whatever might be causing you pain at this point of your life's journey. Thank you for the likes and comments you've given to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I hope to see you again soon. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.